Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. For this one, I want to talk about a story I had a while back, kind of just to show you how my perspective kind of changed from that point. So, about like a year ago, last summer, when I was 17, I went to Turkey with my family. It was like a family trip. And we went on this ferry. It was in Istanbul, Turkey. And we went on this ferry with um with my mom, uh, two cousins, and my sister. And I remember, I remember sitting there, and there was like people. We were going passing the town, and there were like people on the sides, and I just remember just waving at them, like, cause just to get their attention. I just want to have fun, right? I realized at that moment there's no need to feel embarrassed. Just just flailing your arms out like this to get people's attention and just get some arms back just to say just to wave like that. And I realized that's kind of fun to do that, especially when you get waves back, because it feels kind of like a human thing. Just to, you don't know them, you don't know anyone at all, you're just gonna wave back at the people that you just pass by and just don't see them again. And I realized that there's no need to feel embarrassed about just waving at someone you won't go by. And then afterwards, my cousins and sister followed, just because they realized the same day. It was just fun to just wave at people, and I did that. We went underneath the bridge, and there were people up there. We were doing the exact same thing, and we're just getting um, yelling, getting their attention like that. And I found to be kind of, at that moment, I kind of felt quite free, just to know that this embarrassment I felt, it, it at that moment it did not matter. I just vanquished it from my body, as if, I don't know, it just did not matter at all whatsoever in the moment. I was just having fun, not letting this social construct of that developed to just prevent me from, you know, from just being just being, how I'm supposed to normally interact with humans. And I think it's, a great freedom to experience. And I remember at one point there was this guy on the ferry. He was just staring at me, just completely I don't. He didn't seem like he was happy to see me. And mind you, the ferry was loud. Like, me yelling did not make much of an impact, especially because it was going out. But I just begging. I figured that the only thing he's just looking at me for is because he's just embarrassed to see me act kind of weird in a way. And yes, maybe I did act weird, and I just like throwing my hands out just to get people's attention that go by on the ship, on the ferry. It really didn't matter at the moment. I wasn't bothering anyone. Apparently him, and it's not like it makes sense for him to be bothered, other than just feeling embarrassed for me. And I wasn't yelling at him or at anyone except the people that were going by. And I realized that there's a lot you could do when you don't if you let if you if you let embarrassment specifically just take over your life, to the point where you just feel no ability to do anything. You don't get if you won't be able to escape your comfort zone in that way. So that's kind of what I did. Just escape my comfort zone at that moment, and I had fun doing so, just waving at other people, and I got waves back too. And it's a good lesson that I learned in more examples like this, just to realize at that moment you need to it's okay to feel embarrassed at the moment, as long as you're not actually bothering someone in a negative way, which I don't believe I have. Then you should test your embarrassment in a way where you could build tolerance and experience the world in a more free way. Because freedom is there. It's there. You just gotta not let embarrassment take it away from you. So that's kind of what I really learned from that experience, and I think it was an interesting lesson. Yes, I will admit I was just acting a little silly, but I still found it a fun thing to do. And there's many examples where I could exercise this idea where, I don't get subdued by embarrassment to the point where it will overall hinder my life, which essentially means that I should be able to freely express myself and not let any onlookers dictate how I feel. In a way that, obviously I can't do something that's just so embarrassing it just ruins my reputation, but I could just express myself in a way where I don't worry about how others perceive me. It's kind of the whole idea of this. So essentially, test your embarrassment in a way where you have more freedom to do things and just essentially won't let others, the mere presence of other people dictate how you should behave in your life. So that's what I want to talk about. Hope you found this video interesting, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.